What's going on, Duckster? Yeah, hopefully we get a lot more notification gang. That'd be pretty cool. Hey, amazing workhorse news. I'm in this group chat, and obviously I'm watching football tonight, and I had this thing pop up, and I saw it's coming from StockTwits, and I know we've had a couple people talk about that, but this guy posted in there. It's his name was at Dark Horse. He said, I stopped by about this is talking about at the workhorse plant. I stopped by about an hour ago. I spoke to a guy setting up a tent, and they said they were having some sort of meeting with everyone this evening and had to have it outside due to COVID. As per the announcement, he said he didn't know. He just knew that it was about a new truck they were going to make from someone. Sounds like a contract announcement, but might be another announcement than we are expecting. Wish I had more to buy. And then there was another portion of it. Yeah, it says, I wish I had more to buy calls, I would. So that's what he put in there. So who knows? I did see that, let's see, there was another one. It's so funny to see. There's people that live close to. Wait, can you repeat that? It lagged. Yeah, sorry. Hey, yeah, let me know if it is cutting in and out because my internet connection, it's actually hardlined. But as of late, for some reason, when I go live stream, it shows that it lags every once in a while. I have no idea why. It's just directly, I mean, it's literally right here and it runs to my Mac. So, can you guys hear me? There we go. All right. Hang on. I'm gonna have to turn off these notifications every time a notification comes through. The Chiefs just won, so everybody's messaging me and letting me know that the score is over with. Yeah, let me get back to this. So there's a guy that posted in this group chat that I'm in for Workhorse, and he said that some guys were setting up. He said, I stopped by about an hour ago. I spoke to a guy setting up at 10, and they said they were having some sort of meeting with everyone this evening and had to have it outside due to COVID. As per the announcement, he said he didn't know. He just knew that it was about a new truck they were going to make from someone. Sounds like a contract announcement, but might be another announcement. Then he goes on and talks about getting into calls and stuff. But that'd be pretty interesting if there was something that was leaked about Workhorse getting the contract. I know that they've talked about getting the refrigeration completed by the end of this year as far as a prototype. But yeah, so that would be pretty sweet. And, some of these people are actually pretty good sources. So, and what's absolutely crazy about this group is there's tons of people that live by Workhorse, and so they're constantly like driving by, like being creeps, like, oh, I wonder if anything's outside, and just so happens, I guess. So the original message was allegedly some tents set up at Workhorse headquarters. Someone on StockTwits is on their way to confirm right now, that's what I read, you guys. Allegedly, it looks like there is some sort of shindig going down. We'll update for those of you not on StockTwits. Edit. See latest comments. Stay strong, everyone. So, and yeah, to answer your question, Duckster, into SBE. So I actually started doing a lot more research over the weekend. Not that I haven't been, but I've really been kind of diving into a lot of these stocks. And SBE actually popped up. And so yeah, Switchback. I'm actually gonna get in probably tomorrow, I think. I wanted to see how the market opened today and really kind of see how it responded. Obviously, it was down. It was down. It was down 2.79%, 14.96, and then it continued in the after hours, an additional 1.07 down to 14.80. And one that I'm really, really intrigued and really interested in, like for some reason, I don't know why, I think that they really do have a lot going for them, is hopefully that doesn't cut out. Is Desktop Metal. So I don't know why. I know it's going down. Obviously, it's a SPAC currently. But for some reason, I like what they're doing. I like the 3D printing, and it's not just everyday Joe Smos printing. So Duckster, I got in at SBE at $12.50 because that's when the merger was announced. Yeah, that's pretty solid. I like in my video that I put out today. It's hard sometimes to really go into a ton of detail because one, I don't want to bore everyone because I do think that even me watching YouTube videos for people, it does get boring at times, and I understand the intention. The rate at which you watch a video cuts out pretty quickly, so I don't want to just bore people. And I also only have 15 minutes, but I do think that SBE is out in the forefront. And the reason I say that is just because if they are able to just continuously build, where their locations are at, and they keep putting out charging stations, that's what's going to be most important. Obviously, you want a solid, I guess, software, an easy to use app. That's obviously number 2 on my list. But if you can just oversaturate an area with charging stations and just give every single person the opportunity to use your charging station, you're going to win the game, in my opinion, especially at the state we're in, because you're getting ahead before everyone is, one, forced to get electrical vehicles, and two, you're getting ahead so that it's easy to just do it. There's obviously not a ton of people out there right now with COVID. I mean, yes, there are still tons of people out there, don't get me wrong, but it's not like mass chaos like it usually is when COVID's not going on. I'm going to buy more once they announce some more news. I like that shirt. Yep, that's my guy, man. I feel like I was one of the first ones. I could be wrong. I don't know. But as soon as he announced that, the shirts were available, I went out and got one. So not a financial advisor. Yeah, I'm excited to see where SBE goes especially once it merges too. And yeah, Jack for sure. I don't know where you live, Duckster, but I got the T-shirt just because I wanted to get it. But I would recommend getting the hoodie. That's just my opinion. Yeah, I was actually mocking up some hoodies today for my logo and seeing what they look like, and so I might be putting that in the works as well. We'll see. We will definitely see. California near Santa Barbara. Nice. Are you getting affected by the forest fires or anything? I pay attention, but I hear that the forest fires are everywhere. So yeah, it'd be interesting. I had a guy reach out to me the other day. Oh, that's good to hear. I had a guy reach out to me the other day on my comment section, and he said that obviously I talk constantly about EVs as of right now, and with all the EVs that are pushing to be active in California, and then with Gavin Newsom saying like, hey, by 2035 we want to start doing this, and then by 2045 we want to make sure that we're not selling any new gas vehicles. He was asking, do you think California can support all the electrical vehicles? So I was kind of interested and started doing some research on that. You questioning Lordstown? I think it's still, there's not really any major catalyst right now. We had that major catalyst when it obviously was parked on the White House. And then since then, there really hasn't been a ton of news. I think just once the merger happens, I think this thing just starts to take off. I know that I know for a fact because I've done tons of videos on them that they're starting production in Q1, unless they pushed it back because of coronavirus. But I know that they were going to start production, and I know the vehicles were going to really start being, pushed out to the customers by mid 2020 or 2021. So I believe in Lordstown. I'm interested to see what occurs. Obviously, they got tons and tons of pre-orders, and there's a huge difference, in my opinion, as a pre-order in a fleet style versus a pre-order in a pre-order as an individual. I think once you're pre-ordering as a fleet, that's a business you're talking about, and I think there's a lot more credibility. I could be wrong, but I think there's a lot more credibility with that. So I do think Lordstown is going to have a ton of orders, fulfilled, and I think their truck is going to be phenomenal. Obviously, they've had plenty of time to put them through, no pun intended, an endurance test. Should have gotten into Square, man. I was going to buy in at $129, but I didn't, and now I hit at $180. Yeah, Square. I was trying to get back in way back, and I was still trying to build my portfolio up. I like Square. I think, Square is good because of what it is. It's not an actual bank, and it's, the transaction portion of, credit cards and things like that. I like Square. I think it's great. They can continuously, build upon it as far as advancing it and, doing things like that. I think that's awesome. I obviously don't know. I don't know where the price point could get to. Obviously, if it keeps taking over and getting into all kinds of spaces across the world, then obviously the price is going to keep going up. But it's definitely a good form of transaction for cars, that's for sure. So, Duckster, have you heard of Atlas? It's an EV truck company. And so I was doing some spec investigating on Google, and I came across Atlas. And they're not public yet. And when I was doing the research, they said that they really want to put out a good product first, and they also want to put out. Let me put this football game on. They want to put out a good product, and they also want to be producing the vehicle before they go public. I think that's very interesting. Yeah, so I'll pull it up real quick. I think it's really cool. So I looked them up when I actually was on Instagram too. Atlas Motor Vehicles. So this is what their truck looks like. I mean, it kind of looks like hopefully that. It kind of reminds me of almost like an F-150 a little bit. That's probably a little blurry, but you have to look them up. Atlas Motors Vehicles. They're not public yet, but their CEO and owner and founder basically talks to, about what their plan is, and it's constantly updating, and it's very interesting. It looks like it's going to be a pretty solid company. Ooh. Yeah, I think it looks cool. That's what I kind of look for. I mean, you obviously want, in my opinion, when I'm looking at a stock and it's coming out as an electrical vehicle, I want durability first. Obviously, like in these situations, I feel like that's kind of what they're hoping to get as well before they start putting them out. Because I think when it comes to the electrical vehicle, if you're one of the first to the market, obviously we know Tesla's situation, they're just oversaturating, with everything. But I think if you're like an Atlas, or because obviously they're trying to approach an everyday driving truck, if they are able to put out a great product that doesn't have, a lot of electrical issues, it functions the way it should, I think you're setting a tone and you're sending a message to any other EV that's coming behind you, and you're basically up at the top. So I think if they can do that, I like everything about that. Those are the types of stocks I look for. And so if they do decide to go to a SPAC route, which is kind of what I'm hearing possibly, then I'd definitely be an investor. If they decide to just IPO, I'm all in for it. I like what they got. So yeah, I saw too that Fisker announced they're merging today as well. So SPAC is going to be merging, and said that they're going to be holding a vote through the investors on October 28th. I thought that was very interesting. Fisker is a California guy too, I believe. I think that's based out of California. Electrical King, yep. Yeah, I think Fisker's out there too. It'd be interesting to see what they can do. I know that they're not talking about putting the Ocean out till 2022, I believe. So I like the Ocean. I think it looks cool. I think it has a good idea. Obviously it has green, and the whole inside is basically green style products, so there's recycled material, and I think that's good. And obviously it seems to be a decent vehicle. The guy's had plenty of experience, when it comes to vehicles, and doesn't sound like he's had much luck with businesses running them, but because his last company he tried with the electrical vehicle, it went under. Yeah, I was gonna do a video on Desktop Metal. I think I'm gonna try to do 2 videos tomorrow. What stock it's SPAC right now. So it's literally SPAQ. Oh, is my favorite right now. To be honest, that's tough. If I honestly had to pick one, I'd say as of right now, my favorite stock right now is Tesla. But right there behind it, I always have a good place in my heart for Apple. Apple is always going to be like my go-to. Like if you had to ask me what my favorite of all time is, or if you gave me a certain amount of money and I needed to invest it right away and I had to pick it and it was going to stay there forever, it'd be Apple. But as far as like kind of like a risky, like where I see a huge bright future, I would have to say Tesla. Obviously Workhorse is right there too. Since I've been in Workhorse for so long, I really do enjoy Workhorse. I think that they have a ton going for them. And just basically having the sister or the brother, however you look at it, in Lordstown, I think that's absolutely massive as well. So I would say those. I did see. So I was surfing through Twitter, and someone posted on Twitter about Amazon building a plant or a warehouse out in Wichita again, and they've broke ground and they're like making it level and getting ready to start putting it up. So I don't know how old the article was, but that only bodes well for Ag Eagle, that's for sure. Let's see if I can find it. Be interesting is when you type in like just UAVS, just the amount of information that pops up is unbelievable. Like just drones are everywhere. What's interesting to me too is like what they're using them for, and they're just it's crazy the intelligence that's behind them. Like knowing to strap a system to a drone to have it fly through a stadium to spray for like the coronavirus is unbelievable. And then the person that has to like fly that drone and be so precise is crazy too. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to find it. So much stuff. I'm excited to see though, like that's one thing I really want to start doing some videos on too is, just the drone aspect. I think the drones are going to be more than just a future of package delivery. I think there's a lot more that's coming with it, and so I'm really trying to figure out which drones I like, and obviously, Ag Eagle is definitely my number one right now. If you ever start your own business, man, hopefully I can be your employee. Why you say that? I've talked about kind of, I'd be interested if depending on what happens with YouTube, because obviously I'm going to pour my heart and soul into this thing. I enjoy doing this. This is a blast. Like interacting with you guys is a ton of fun. Putting out videos that are meaningful to people or even just to entertain, obviously, it's just a ton of fun. Being able to do this is a blast. And if anyone ever asked me, like, should I start YouTube? Like, I don't know where to start. Like, I would be more than willing to help you, like, walk you through it at least and talk you through, like, just some steps. Obviously, I haven't got monetized yet, so I can't tell you, like, how to get monetized. But it's just amazing to be able to interact with people. Like, for example, you, Duxter, you're obviously from Santa Barbara, California. I'm in the Midwest, and there's not a ton of people who are interested. Anyone around me that I get to talk stocks with all the time. So being able to talk to you guys, it's a ton of fun. It's a blast, and I would like to see where YouTube can take me. Obviously, like it's crazy to see on what level Jack is at now, and he's pushing like almost 50,000 subscribers. He's getting 1 million views, and it's amazing to see. But I'd be interested, I would be interested in eventually, maybe some down the road, starting a business. I thought about it. It'd be pretty cool. I don't know in what though. But yeah, that'd be awesome. I'm excited to see what I can do with YouTube. I really am. As I continue to build and continue to grow the channel, I'm obviously going to continue to upgrade some of the, I guess you could say, pieces of equipment and keep upgrading those and see where it takes me. I'm trying to make videos that people are interested in. And that seems to be one of the biggest issues. Like I had this guy that's always popping up on my thing. His name is Jerome Young. And he's kind of always giving me a hard time, which I don't take anything from it. Like I don't view it as a negative outlook, but he's always like, people that are watching your channel may not necessarily be able to invest in, FedEx or UPS because of the stock price. And it's like, I'm presenting you an idea because obviously I'm giving people the opportunity to understand, like, hey, if you do, this is a great opportunity. Yeah, stock market is fascinating, and I do appreciate. Yeah, I appreciate it. You guys need to collaborate. Yeah, I've reached out to him, and I know he's really busy. Like today, I think he had an interview with the guy from what was it? Yeah, the Green Power Motors he interviewed, and then yesterday he did a live stream with SPACman, which is pretty solid. So yeah, he's doing big time. So I've reached out to him just to see if I could interview him and just be like, hey, I just want to not only talk stocks a little bit, but just get to know you a little more. But we'll see. I'm sure he's completely bogged down. He's still got to make videos. He's still doing interviews, and he's got to set those up. And so if he can't, I'm not going to hold it against him. That's for sure. I mean, if you look at it, it's in the end, you're doing it yourself. You're doing it your own way. And I know he's trying to do his own thing, and it's taken off for him. So, he's focusing on that and getting it to the best he possibly can. I don't blame the guy. So what got you started investing? So, um, I to be honest with you, it was like I was 25, 26 years old. Didn't think anything about investing. Didn't think anything about 401ks. Thought that everything was set it and forget it. And it was no big deal. And so one of my good friends that I used to work with came over to the place I work at now, and he started talking about stocks and investments and things that he had been invested in. And then on top of that, a guy that I work with, we all work together now, but he kind of does an intro to you, any new hire. He goes, if you're investing this much every paycheck, depending on how much you're investing. So he gave like 10%. He wants you to take 10% of your check every time and put it into your 401k basically. And if you do the 10%, he created a spreadsheet and it shows if based on these returns, per year, I think it was only like 8%. This is how much you would have each year that you did your 10%. And so I started seeing like, man, 60 something years old, I should be said millionaire. And I was like, wait, it was investing in kind of just, mutual funds, and not that there's anything wrong with mutual funds, but it was just kind of like putting it into things that were kind of running their own course. And so kind of back to where when my friend got hired on from the old job, he came over and he had been investing into some individual stocks. And so he came over and we started talking stocks. And so I opened a brokerage account and he did too. And we both did that through our 401ks, and threw some money into it. I think it was like maybe 9,000. I had a target dated fund in my retirement side, and I transferred like all of it, but like 2%, I think. So it was a total at the time, $9,000. And so I started plugging that $9,000 into like Apple and some other stocks, and just continue to build and build and build. And from there, I just got hooked, and I enjoy everything about it. So that led me to about where I'm at now, 32 years old. So I think it's just too, like, just seeing what the possibilities are with stocks. And obviously I understand it's very volatile in some aspects. Like playing individual stocks, you have no idea what it's going to do one day or the next. I mean, you kind of got a good idea on some companies. Obviously some are pretty solidly going to stay consistent, but they're not going to be huge returns. That's why we get into growth stocks. That's why we get into volatile stocks like Workhorse and Lordstown. And at least that's why I do. So I'm depressed. Lost 70% of my life savings in the past 2 weeks. Man, I feel for you. Yeah, you'll get it back. I mean, it depends on what you're invested in. I just want to recover my money at this point. Yeah, I completely understand. I feel for you, man. Sorry to hear for that. If you don't mind me asking, is that through like risky stocks? Is that what are you invested in for that? Yeah, like imagine the people who got in Apple 10 years ago. Yeah, no kidding. Or, before a couple of the splits. That's what I was thinking. So I did a video on Amazon, and obviously back in 1999, not that anybody knew, a ton of people knew that Amazon was going to become a $3,500 company, but it split twice in the same year in 1999. So imagine having, at least believing in a company like I do with like Workhorse and tons and tons and tons of people out there who believe in Workhorse, or whatever stock you believe in the most, and you just are like, I'm putting everything I possibly can into this, and that just happened to be Amazon at the time, and you were just going to hold and hold and hold. I mean, imagine that to me, that's what keeps me motivated too on some of these stocks, is like Ag Eagle, for example. Like I can't tell you the last time I've seen a huge decent day out of Ag Eagle, but it's like in my mind, I'm like, well, they're potentially partnering with Amazon, or they're at least going to do some form of business with Amazon potentially. You know, it's been rumored for a long time. And so it's like, if they do, and there's one analyst out there that has AgEagle at like $435 a share, like that's his price target point. And if that's the case, then man, yeah, it was risky stocks. I had to sell and just take my losses because it was on a going decline. Do you recommend anything at this point in order to recover my losses? I need to make 160% gain. Ooh, you know, to be honest with you, man, I don't know if I can necessarily recommend anything, especially for 160% gain. I just, my advice to you, to be honest with you, is kind of sit back for a second, do some due diligence on some stocks. I don't know if you're wanting to continue to be risky, or I don't know how old you are either, but yeah, I definitely would. I would do some due diligence on some stocks and really see which direction you're wanting to go. Yeah, I can't tell you any stocks to get into, but if you kind of like find your way and you decide some stuff. You know, I do talk a lot about certain stocks on my YouTube channel. If you want to swing by and check her out, I'm pretty sure you do. I think I've seen your name before. There have been a ton of monster runs in the EV, no question, Duckster. Just got a beard hair in my mouth. Man, I wonder if Dan Quinn gets fired after this game if they don't win this game. Falcons going 0-4. That would not be good. Although their uniforms are absolutely amazing. Dan Quinn, he'd get fired because they're going 0-4, and they have they're set up pretty well. They got Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley. I mean, they went out and got Hayden from Baltimore. They still got, you know, Matt Ryan's throwing decently. They went out and got Todd Gurley. The defense is average at best, but he's been there forever. Do you play video games? You know, I did until I really started diving heavily into YouTube. And then obviously me and my wife had our son, and that takes up a ton of time. But you can see right there, there's Madden. So, yeah, I played all kinds of stuff. I mean, I played MLB The Show. I was actually ranked pretty high in MLB The Show. I enjoyed playing MLB The Show. I played, obviously, Call of Duty. And what else did I get? There was, you know, Madden, obviously, that's up there. But, yeah, I played quite a bit when I was, you know, going through college. And before we had our son, I would stay up late. Instead of doing YouTube, I'd be playing video games. You know, Fortnite a little bit, but that got old in my opinion. Yeah, baseball for sure. I really enjoy MLB The Show, and if I honestly could, I would continue. I try. As funny as it sounds, I was gonna start making YouTube videos on playing MLB The Show, but as I realized, I mean, obviously stocks isn't very much easier. It's probably a bigger crowd than MLB The Show, maybe. But I was going to try to start streaming video games and play MLB The Show and just stream playing live because I felt I was good enough. I mean, I probably wasn't top in the world by no means, but I was good enough to win some pretty good games, and I was putting some money into it and getting some of the players. But as you kind of, I watch a lot of YouTubers that play video games, and I mean, those people put a ton of money into those video games, and they have to stay constantly up to date and are continuously grinding, which props to them. It's amazing what they're able to do, but with a family and a newborn, and it's just crazy. And, as much effort and time that I put into this, it's unbelievable that I'm able to do that. But, I really enjoy this, and it's a little bit easier to film it, edit it, and put it up versus having to go through, play the game, depending on how long the game goes, or, how many times people pause and things like that. So, yeah, I feel like it would be depressing to be a professional gamer. At times I bet it would be. Honestly, I think it would be. And I feel for some of those guys because obviously there is a ton. You can make a lot of money doing it. Don't get me wrong. If that's what you're in for and, that's what you're about is making a living off of it, it's easy. But I do think that truthfully think about it. If you are wanting to stream, you're going to have to put in at least 4 to 5 hours sometimes. And there's people out there that put way more than that. And then on top of that, if you want to keep, being elite, you got to put out videos that are onto YouTube, in my opinion, because the ones that I see that are even extremely elite when it comes to being sports gamers, they are not only streaming, but then they're putting out videos on like YouTube and stuff. So I think that there's just a lot that goes into it for sure. Like Ninja said, he played 8 hours a day. Yeah. That's a full-time job, and, it makes sense, but he is, you're talking the top tier. My biggest question is, and I don't pay a ton of attention to Ninja, but it's like, what is he going to do? He's made a ton of money, obviously. And he's got a lot of sponsors, Red Bull, and, a ton of other stuff. But when Fortnite isn't cool anymore, what does he move to? What does he become elite in next? Or is he just going to be the greatest Fortnite player of all time, and that's what he'll go down as? And, I don't know. But, I try to find some, obviously I did a video the other day on video games, T2, and, I've done some other stuff on video games, EA Sports, but it just doesn't seem that people are interested in the stocks as much as they are watching someone play the game. Honestly, with that money, I would retire and live life. That's what's crazy is, imagine, and we talk about this all the time at work. We really do, because like I just told you, like me and my buddy are like super, super like stock investors. Like that's all we talk about. It seems like that in sports. And so imagine being given, we'll just say $100,000. You're just given $100,000 and it's yours to invest. And it's like, what am I going to invest into? Like, now that I can tell you guys, like, if you give me $1,000, it'd be like, all right, well, I know exactly kind of the route I'm going to go. I want to either build onto what I already have in some aspects of this one, or, hey, I haven't been able to get into this one and it's at a decent price point. I'm going to go ahead and get into this one. But like $100,000, it's like, do I start thinking like, I just want to get 100 shares of like Tesla. I want to get 100 shares of Apple immediately. Like, then do I want to start getting 100 shares of this, 100 shares of that? And just we get so excited talking about that stuff because we talk all the time. Think about it. If Workhorse, in my position, I have 1,050 shares and my current price point is $9. So as of right now, once it pulls up, I'll let you know. A little 2% run today. Nice. So as of right now, I have 1,050 shares in, and that's $25,641. That's how much is invested into it, I believe. Hang on. I gotta read this. Yeah. So $25,641 is invested into Workhorse. That's 1,050 shares. And so as of right now, I'm up 94.33% on the, on Workhorse. That's up $12,446.33. So that tells you right there. If Workhorse were to hit $50 or even $70, that's huge. And then, I believe the company is going to go past 100. That's just my personal opinion. I believe that it will take a little bit of time, but I do think that this is easily a 100 price point stock. And so if it hits that, we'll see where we're at. But my honest with this is I do want to keep, no matter what, at all times, I think I'm going to keep 1,000 shares. I may, I say that now, but I was originally going to take my original investment out if it hit $70. But with all the anticipation building and just them constantly coming out with, the idea of refrigeration, that's what kind of keeps me locked in. And, there's so many partnerships that could happen. Like at any day, I feel like a partnership might pop up and be like, hey, we're going to go ahead and make this many trucks for, this company. Because, we haven't heard anything outside of, the interview with Jack from Steve Schrader. And we really haven't heard too many press releases on, the United States Postal Service contract. So do we really even know what they're working on behind the scenes? They just went out and got one of the biggest partnerships in Hitachi that can walk them through a lot of things. So do we really even know what they're working on? Not really. Honestly, with that money, I would retire and live life. Workhorse has amazing potential besides USPS contract. It's amazing. Yeah, I think I like the idea of the USPS contract, and I'll be 100% honest with you. There's two things that drew me to Workhorse back when it was like $3, $2. It was like high twos, like $2.55 to $3, and it would fluctuate between that. And what drew me to it is they had, their investor presentation that you could click on, their PowerPoint, and you could go through. And even during that time, they had talked about two things that drew me to it. Was UPS and how much they had collaborated and still even at that time had worked with UPS. And then it was even then the idea of the USPS contract. And we're talking like 2 years ago. And so for them to be this close now, I think, I can't even think about getting rid of Workhorse at any time, especially with all this other stuff that's coming with it. So there's Tim. What's going on, brother? Sorry I'm late to the live stream. What did I miss? We were talking a little bit of football, a little bit of my Chiefs going 4-0, and then we were talking about Dan Quinn getting fired, and then we start talking a little bit about stocks. So you got in at $3. Yeah, I was so my initial, I don't want to quote wrong because when I did a video, there's one Workhorse video out there that I go through and I break down each time I bought and how much I bought for. I do think one time I got in at $2.85, and then like a majority of it was in the $3. Yeah, the only thing that killed me was so I got like where I wanted. I think it was 800 shares, to be honest with you. Maybe it was like 700. I think it was 700. And so I got to 700 and I was like, okay, I'm good for a while, and I just kind of let it set. And then the news really wasn't popping. It would get to like $5-6, drop back down, and then it would kind of level back off, and then it'd get to $5-6, come back down. But then like this year, it just, with everything, it just popped. And so when it got to about 12, 13, I think, I finished to get to like, I was at 1,100, and I sold down to 1,050 in order to get Lordstown. So in all honesty, like I was selling brother to get sister. But yeah, so I feel like I'm sitting on gold. We'll see what happens. CCXX. FMCI, IPOC, maybe announcing tomorrow. Go. Let's talk anything but Hyliion. Honestly, there's so many people out there that have a negative limelight on them, and I feel for that company. I do. I think that they'll be all right. It's just a hot item right now, and it's an easy short. Yeah. So speaking of that, Tim, I was kind of mentioning to these guys, uh, I'm thinking about doing a video tomorrow on Desktop Metal. I'm very, very intrigued by them. I think that whatever it is, I don't know why. I think it's going to be a decent company. I think that there's a ton of opportunity for them with them having four different types of printers and just all the different opportunities they have. Hyliion got me listening to Juice World. Oh man. Hey, Juice World's got some good stuff, but yeah, you don't want to be listening to that when you're talking to stocks. It just sucks about his situation, man. I mean, I understand when you live that life, you choose that life, that's potentially what could happen. And, it is what it is. But I enjoy his music, even though it's always kind of down. His last album kind of hit home too. It was just kind of like, man, he knew it was getting to the end. That's what was sad. Yeah, so I was thinking about doing a video on Desktop Metal tomorrow. I'm thinking about doing a video on Fisker because it's going to be voting on October 28th to convert over to their new ticker symbol. They tweeted that out. And then I was kind of doing some more stuff. I was thinking about doing one on CCXX, but we'll just have to see. ChargePoint, obviously, I did that one today. I kind of want to get another comparison. So kind of do another video on Blink maybe and see where Blink's at compared to ChargePoint at this, situation, and then, see which one's better. Obviously, I think ChargePoint is pushing pretty hard to be the leader. 115,000 charging stations across the world already. That's crazy. Anybody can watch the home run derby that was held at Dodger Stadium today? I heard balls were just flying out left and right against Oakland and Houston. Oh, dang. Houston ended up winning 10-5. Think about bailing on Hyliion and getting FMCI or IPOC. I'm obviously not able to tell you what to do, Tim, but I always viewed Hyliion as a long-term play. And the reason I say that is because, yes, they have a hybrid truck, and yes, they have put out 30,000 plus. I'm sure it's more than that now. And they've driven over 2 million plus miles, and I'm sure it's over that too. But this is definitely a long-term play. Their whole pushing towards this, in my opinion, this entire merger and all this stuff is occurring because of the ERX, and that's exactly what they said they're going to use the money for, is for the ERX. So when you're talking ERX, you're talking 2022, and it seems like every single SPAC or EV company that is now coming out, they're like, oh, we're going to be putting out a vehicle in 2022, and it's like, holy smokes, if that truly is the case, EVs are about to take over in 2022. You're going to see them absolutely everywhere. I was telling Dougster, I was doing some research on SPACs, and I came across it's a truck company called Atlas Motors and Atlas Motor Vehicles. And I really like it. It's out of Mesa, Arizona, and they're not public yet, but the truck looks phenomenal. So I'll show you there. I mean, that's all electric right there. So I like it. I don't think it says a truck for the workers by the workers. So I'm assuming it's going to be another, potentially a fleet style, but I like it. And so I'm thinking about doing a video on them, even though they're not public, and just talking about hey, look, this is a company that's on the cusp of coming out, and they've talked about not wanting to go public or even doing a merger until they start producing vehicles, which I think is honestly extremely important for any electrical vehicle company. And my thought is on this too is If they're not producing a vehicle, so a perfect example is going to be Fisker. So the reason I'm not going to invest into Fisker right now, at least, is because yes, completely cool. Their stock price is going to shoot up probably. They're going to merge on the 28th. It's going to be all great and dandy for them. But then what are they producing? What are they putting out for people to purchase? Nothing. I don't even know if they have a plant yet, because they're not even talking about putting out a vehicle until 2022 as well, the Ocean. So if they don't have anything and they're going, they're public and they're getting quarterly earnings reports, they have nothing to report. So it's going to be negative. You know what I'm saying? And so anytime negative or quarterly earnings rolls around, it's going to be negative. So the stock price is going to go down. I don't want to be a part of that. Nice looking comparable to DPHC. Yeah, I'm looking for. I like it. I like Lordstown. We were talking about Lordstown earlier. I think Lordstown. Honestly, I think that it's just getting hit with some people right now. I don't think there's anything that's causing it to go down. I mean, hell, last week it was on the White House, back drive or whatever it was doing, and Trump's going through it, and it's I don't know. To me, it's going to be one of the stocks. I honestly, when I broke down, I did a video on SPACs and I kind of ranked them. I put Lordstown as number one, I believe. And the reason is because I just think they're positioned the best. So, like I said, when they go to merge, they're merging at the perfect time, because then they're going to jump right into production, at least relatively close. And so they may have a couple bad quarterly earnings just because, quarter one, they may not be producing anything just quite yet, or at least putting anything out as far as sales. But they're going to, within the year, they're going to start producing and getting sales. They're going to generate revenue. Unlike a Fisker, who is still like, hey, we're going to go public. We're going to be, trading on the New York Stock Exchange, the New York Stock Exchange. But you know what? We're not going to be putting a vehicle out the Ocean until 2022. So just hold on tight for us. Where is he at? There it is. Randy, what's going on? You win mostly if you invest in a company and not a contract. Be patient. Exactly. Well said, sir. And Francisco, what's up? Workhorse, baby. Yeah, I agree. Workhorse. Yeah, I kind of just, I honestly, I put away Workhorse, I guess you could say right now. Tucked it in and gonna wait a little bit. My prediction, obviously I have no inside information. It's a pure guess. But I picked the week of October 14th, and my exact date that I picked was October 14th. And the reason is just because, it's a 90-day window from when they closed out the final runnings for the people that they were going to choose. So I've seen a ton of people say the end of the year. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. When I first started doing videos, I anticipated, the fiscal year, but as it got closer by August, late August into September, I was like, yeah, this isn't happening. Especially with, the presidential stuff and then the coronavirus. I think the coronavirus is a way for them to push it back too. Waiting patiently for my Workhorse. $115, $40. CCXX 10, 16, 1250. LCA 1750, 1120 options. You think CCX will pick up after the merger? I think some of these will. And this is my honest thought when it comes to SPACs right now. I think, and this is truthfully just my thoughts, I think what's really hindered a lot of them, it doesn't matter what they are in or what they're involved with. I think that as of right now, Nikola has destroyed that whole concept. With them merging and then just taking off to $90, and then I think that there's a lot of damage that Nikola did, and it's not that anything that these companies can really do. And it's not anything that's their fault, but that's my thoughts. I think that because Nikola shot from like $30, I believe it was maybe in the 20s, and he hit $92 to $93, and then by the end, I mean, look where we're at now. I mean, that's not a good look. Any opinion on CCXX? I pick up 40 shares today at $9.40. Another Kodak. I don't know. It's really hard to say. Let me see. Well, I'll kind of, because I was looking at them today, and I was thinking about doing a video. I just don't know how many people are truly interested. I know you guys are. I know Tim's definitely interested. But like today, I put out ChargePoint, and it seemed like people just didn't want anything to do with it. So, let's see. I think obviously it's not going to be CCXX after the merger, but I do feel that they have like a great idea in place. I like what they're getting into. And it's obviously not an EV, which I think is going to bode well for them. And a lot of the thing too, that in my opinion, when it comes to these specs, it's what they use the money that they raise, what it goes towards. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are they going to use the money and put it towards? And so a lot of these EV companies obviously use it immediately. They immediately are like, yeah, we're going to use it for production, or yeah, we're going to go do this by plant, or whatever it may be. Where on the other hand, with CCXX, when they merge, it's like, what are they going to put that money into? Is it going to be research? Is it going to be? That's what intrigues me on some of the stuff. Just like with ChargePoint, SBE merging, if they are smart, in my opinion, what they would do is just start heavily investing into getting as many chargers or charging stations as possible, and picking points that they're not necessarily in and just dumping them there, like just loading them up. Because then you have to choose, like, oh, here's a ChargePoint charging station, and it's one of the only options in this area, so I'm gonna have to go use that. And then once you become familiar with it and you feel comfortable, then you go to that one. I don't think it's another Kodak. I think that's kind of, man, I think that was a very sketchy situation. I did not, even on the days that it was like, I just didn't touch it, didn't even think about it. It's not a sexy stock. EV is seen, medical isn't. Yeah. Yeah, it. Multiplan is a very profitable business from what I've seen. Vote is scheduled for Wednesday. EV is our .com moment. Now, who will end up being Netflix Workhorse, and who will be Blockbuster Nikola? Yeah, honestly, my honest thoughts about that too. That's a great comparison, and this, I mean, we are in it. I mean, we truly are in it. EVs, just anytime it's mentioned, man, it's like, holy smokes. Like, okay, this is my personal, like, what caused Workhorse really today to go up? I didn't see any major catalyst. Like, I just didn't see any major catalyst that was holding Workhorse in the position it was in. Like, I'm don't get me wrong, I'm happy, but it's just, it blows my mind, like, some of this stuff. And like, why was Lordstown down but Workhorse was up? Like, there was no catalyst that drove Workhorse. Like, Lordstown has had more people, I guess you could say press than Workhorse, but Workhorse is up and hasn't announced a contract yet, and Lordstown is down. Hyliion is ringing the bell at the stock exchange and is now ready to start putting trucks out, even more, and they're getting everything in line, and their stock's down. Like, what is going on? But yeah, I do think that, I don't know. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. I think Workhorse could be the Netflix. I do. I think Lordstown could be the Netflix. I definitely think Nikola's a blockbuster. I think Fisker is going to be a blockbuster. I think Fisker has just jumped on the scene way too fast. way too fast. And then what's the one that looks like the Volkswagen? The van. I did a video on them a while back. But I like that. I like the van. My wife makes fun of me. She's like, "You would like that van." Well, looking outside the EV stocks, I had my ass handed to me over the past few weeks. I'm holding, but I needed something outside the bubble. I agree. I agree, Tim. No question. The same goes for like when you're putting out YouTube videos. Like, I don't know how people continuously keep talking EV. And it's not that I'm not going to, because there is some new information, but it's like, and I mean this in no bad way, but like you're beating a dead horse. I mean, let's be real. Like, you can only put out so many freaking workhorse videos before you're like making stuff up. Like, at least when I put out the Walmart one, there has been rumors that Walmart was looking to acquire Workhorse. There has been articles written on that. And the same goes for like, I mean, we know the partnership that Workhorse and UPS have had. And so it's not like I'm just making stuff up, where some people are like freaking out, and it blew my mind. They're freaking out that GSA had put Workhorse's phone number on their, roadside assistance thing, and they were making videos about it. Like, that isn't even, what are we doing? I haven't heard about Vail yet. Is that the actual like ski resort? Let's see, VALE. Tesla talking to them for nickel. Oh, that's very interesting. I think that's going to be a very interesting like area too. Is like whatever Tesla touches is obviously going to turn to gold. Possible partnership in Canada, yeah. I think anything Tesla at this point touches. Like, I don't know if you guys saw too. It said that something about Tesla doing something in Germany. Obviously, they have their factory there, but there was something else that they were talking about. Let me see if I can pull it up on Twitter. Yeah, they were talking about maybe another battery factory or something. Yeah, Tesla acquires Germany battery and powertrain assembly line manufacturer. I think that's very important for them. I mean, that's crazy. Love the FedEx video, bro. Still looking to buy soon. Yeah, apparently that what's that guy's name? I don't mean any harm when I mention people's names in here, but it's like, Jesus. Some of the comments I get, it's like some guy went back to like my second video I ever made and was like, "Oh, are you still sticking with your opinion on this?" And it's like, dude, that was my second video. I was more nervous than anything. Like, I didn't even know what I was saying. Where is he at? Jerome Young. Here it is. This is what he said. Hey, Lucas, curious to know how many of your viewers are interested in buying tickers like UPS and FedEx with stock prices of $167 and $257. I don't know how many shares you own. And I know you can now buy slices of stocks too, but there's a real psychological barrier for me buying a handful of shares and still spending thousands and thousands of dollars. It's just my opinion, but I personally would be more bullish on your channel and think you'd have more viewers / subscribers if you presented picks with good upside that are under $50 or even better, $20. I follow a number of YouTubers and gravitate toward the videos with less costly shares just because of the time commitment. Like I said, just my view. It's like, really? Like, yeah. I mean, I'm solely putting out videos to like I'm blown away at what FedEx is doing, and I'm blown away by what UPS is doing. And I think that both of them are going to be just having crazy stock prices here in the near future just because of the amount of deliveries they've had to do. And then you're talking the coronavirus, at which they're going to have to deliver the vaccines. I mean, someone is going to be delivering those, and it's going to be extremely important. And you can't tell me that when, you know, Fox News, you know, or CNBC or CNN or whoever you watch, it rolls across the screen, the ticker, and it's like FedEx or UPS to deliver coronavirus vaccine. You can't tell me that that stock's not going to go up. UPS is cheaper than FedEx. You still feel FedEx is the better buy? You know, honestly, it's one thing I didn't dive super deep into was who's delivering more at what rate. I think that, you know, I think there's a reason why FedEx's stock price is the way it is. I think that FedEx is maybe has the upper hand just a smidge, but I don't know. That's a tough one. I personally feel that both of them are going to go way up. I think FedEx is easily going to hit $500, like I said in my video, and then I had proof to prove it with the article for sure. I think that we're about to hit peak season, and you already know that there's going to be somewhat decent numbers here coming up because of how much people have had to order, you know, all kinds of products to get to their house just because they were stuck at home. Those are good dividends. Those you buy and don't look at, not much growth. Yeah, exactly. That's why I originally had 10 shares of FedEx. I sold 5. And the reason is because I wanted to buy a little bit more of the growth stuff, but I'm not getting rid of FedEx at all. Like, I'm going to hold those 5 for a while. Yeah. Thank you, Randy. Yeah. I don't know. That's just my thoughts, man. I think that FedEx and UPS truly are, you know, and they're not going to just continuously go up like a Tesla. They're not going to continuously keep rising like said, you know, workhorse potentially. But you know that they are going to pay a dividend, and I don't believe they've cut off dividends. I could be wrong, but I don't believe they cut them off. So you know you're going to get a dividend, and then on top of that, if you get in at a decent price now, and it gets to $500, you're making profits. I don't see anything wrong with that. Yeah, I think Tim, I don't know if you were in here or Randy or anyone else, but I think I'm going to do my videos tomorrow are going to be on I think I'm going to do desktop metal for sure for one. And then I might do a video on I don't know, I haven't decided on my second one. I'm going to definitely knock out 2 tomorrow. Give me 1 second, guys. It's getting a little hot in here. I'm going to turn this fan on. At home seems like a good pickup now. Retailers are going to go crazy since millions won't go out. Black Friday shopping like normal. Pretty much all online retailers, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, no question. And then it's going to be like, who is going to offer more, I guess, a better rate online and to get more people to go the online route because of the coronavirus. Man, holiday shopping, it's going to be nuts. And then this is what's great, and this is what I enjoy so much about the stock market and just how everything ties in. We have the iPhone 12 coming out. So people are going to be ordering the iPhone 12. And then, all their other products that they're going to be producing and putting out. There's just so many things that, people can, all the TVs, and it's going to be awesome. Yeah, I definitely believe in those 2 stocks, that's for sure. What in the world? My wife just texted me from upstairs. Snow and Christmas house in Breckenridge, Colorado. And she's like, let's go. I'm a snow guy. I love the snow. Don't get me wrong, I love summertime. I'm a baseball player, but I love the snow. Absolutely love the snow. Just started trading this year and just want to say thank you so much for the advice and the outlet to geek out on companies. Hey, as crazy as it sounds, Randy, no, thank you, because you guys allow me to do the same thing. Like, for real. Like, I was just saying very early on into this stream, I don't get to talk much to people about this stuff, and this is my way of doing that, is being able to come on here and kind of just shoot the talk with you guys, whether it is sports, just stocks, businesses, just whatever is going on. Like, you guys are my way of doing that, because obviously I can create videos on companies and I can talk to my iPad. Oops, hit the microphone. I can talk to my iPad all day, but being able to, like, you guys propose a question or have a statement and then me able to respond or just carry on a conversation is awesome. Trying to get this thing to 1,000. We got 619 subscribers, which is unbelievable. I never thought, like, I had to put that in perspective today. Like, that's 619 people that, clicked on the subscribe button, and it's just, man, that is a great feeling. Like, just to know 619 people, at least at some point, were like, hey, this seems like valuable information, or this guy seems all right, and I just want to hear what he has to say maybe a couple more times. So I can't thank you guys enough. I really can't. And I can't wait to see how this channel continues to grow every single time. Speaking of this stuff, so I think my plan for live streaming, because I really started thinking about it over the weekend, and I think I'm going to start live streaming. I kind of want to get your guys' thoughts, because it seems like majority of you guys who popped in now have been in here every single live stream I've done. So I'm going to start doing them Friday nights, and I think so Friday nights for sure, because obviously we have experienced the entire trading week, and we're going into the weekend, and there's not anything really going on Saturday and Sunday as far as stocks, because the stock market's closed. So we can kind of recap what happened throughout the week. So Friday is definitely going to happen. The next one is, I was thinking Sunday night, so we could kind of talk about what to expect or what we kind of are looking forward to, in the coming trading week. But then I was also thinking, like, Wednesday. That way we're, like, at the halfway point. But I don't know. I'm going to kind of wait and see on that Sunday or Wednesday option. But definitely Friday for sure. Because on Monday night, football's on. And I really like watching football. And it's usually easy to make videos and stuff like that. So like Friday nights, I can live stream, because I try not to make videos on the weekends, because that's kind of like my family time. That's when I spend time with my family. And, like, if we want to go, like, what was really cool, so we were able to go to there's a place that's close to where we live. It's called Red Barn Farm, and it's kind of like pumpkin patch, and it's got like the fall theme going on, and they sell pumpkins, and you can get apple cider donuts, and apple cider, like, hot drinks and stuff like that. And you get to go, like, to a petting zoo. And so, yeah, it's pretty cool to take our, like, 1-year-old out and he can go see chickens and goats and stuff like that. So we went and did that. And so, like, my weekends are, like, for family time for sure. Man, we were cool until I saw your KC towel, Niner Nation. So this right here, or this right here, I'm telling you, here, I'm going to take a picture for you, and I'm going to show you guys, because I can't turn you around. So here's what I got on behind you guys. Oh, my God. It doesn't get any better. So all that is Patrick Mahomes and like our Super Bowl run and everything. So I wish it was clear. Man, I feel for you guys though, Randy. I really do. Like, even though we beat you guys in the Super Bowl, like your defense is phenomenal, and you guys are just getting absolutely smashed by the injury bug. Like, holy cow! Like, you guys shouldn't just take the field in hopes that nobody gets hurt. I had Raheem Mostert in fantasy. He gets hurt, and then I have McKinnon. You know, he did well yesterday, but he was questionable going into the game. And it's like, man, do the 49ers even have any more running backs? Randy, we weren't looking good tonight for sure. Like I was pissed off. The Chiefs were not looking good. Mahomes looked like he was just out of it. I don't know what the play calling was. Like I feel our defense was doing okay, but I mean it was Brian Hoyer. Nothing against Hoyer, but he's not a top tier starting quarterback. And man, he was making me the Chiefs were making me mad. But we pulled it out luckily. I think it would have been a little bit different if Cam was there for sure. Hey, it's all good respect. You guys are scary. Yeah, not so much tonight. I think the NFL altogether is kind of just blah because like there was no preseason and so many injuries are happening. Tim, definitely you are the realest YouTuber I follow. Keep up the great work. Like the schedule, and I will be there Friday night for sure. And Sundays is usually football, but I will definitely show the support. Dang, I didn't think of that. Yeah, Sunday night football. Crap. So I got the big screen right here so I can pan back and forth from you guys. I mean, the Packers are supposed to be dominating these Falcons, so I don't mind. But I appreciate that, Tim. I really do. I try to be as real as possible for you guys. I do. I will admit 1,000% I do not know anything. Excuse me. I don't know everything. And I don't know everything about stocks. Like options, I'm still brand new with. Like, it is so hard for me to grasp the concept when it comes to options. Like, I understand some stuff. Like, I've done my research on some stuff, but like to tell someone like, hey, that's a great choice, or that's, first of all, I can't really tell you that, but I wouldn't be able to tell you right up front like that is a great choice or not when it comes to options. When it comes to like actual stocks and stuff like that, I feel pretty comfortable with. And so, yep, our D end went out this season this morning. Yeah, D Ford is we gave you one injured guy, that's for sure. D Ford is not, he can't stay healthy at all. When he's healthy, he's a freak, but that's rare when he's on the field. And then obviously Nick Bosa, that guy's just a monster, but he unfortunately tore his ACL. I'm hoping, Randy, like I'm telling you guys, like, I was on Jack's live stream the other day, and just the amount of people that were like pouring in and just like, and he would like pop out and be like, oh, hey, I remember you from like when I had 500, and like, oh, you were around from the beginning. And I was like, man, I can't wait because I'm going to have, I mean, you guys are it. You guys are the ones. Like, yeah, for sure. I mean, no question. Yeah, I'm excited to. I just want to see what 1,000 feels like. Like 1,000 people. Like that's gonna be awesome. Good job covering the bathroom break. Yeah, I'm excited to see what 1,000 does. Like I really am. Like what, I don't know what to expect once we hit 1,000. Like what's crazy is you have to go through a monetization process. I've looked up some YouTube videos on what to expect when you get monetized, but I still don't know. Like I know I have to fill out some stuff through Google but I'm here for you guys. That's what it's about. Providing you guys good content, hopefully making you laugh every once in a while. So that is definitely what I'm here for. Is that are you guys hearing that fan? Is it too loud? Can you hear me okay? I'm probably going to I'm going to try to go for another 40 minutes. We'll see how long. If we run out of stuff to talk about, I may have to cut it short. Or if you guys start leaving on me. Let's see. I was going to pull up. I didn't really even get to look too much on. That was it. Trine. That's metals. SPAC, obviously. Switchback. I don't know if you guys saw today or how much you guys even care, truthfully, but Luckin Coffee had a 20.80% run today. It's back up to $4.09. Look out. I don't even know if there's any news. Nothing, as I can see. Crazy. It's going to happen, bro. Speak that shit into existence every day. I'm telling you, you guys want to know what's crazy? Is my alarm clock every day that goes off every morning to get up says 1,000 subscribers. And then here, like I would play it for you guys, but I'd have to find it. Yeah, here we go. So like, if you guys ever truly like want some motivation, go to my actual like homepage. And I created a video. I'm sure some of you've seen it just because it was before you guys subscribed to my channel. Oh, it's glitching out. Hang on one second. Probably because I'm opening stuff. But you got to go to the intro video, and like I would go to that just to watch it to hype myself up. Like no joke. Like I don't know what got me so fired up that night, but I was ready to do some videos, and I was like, I'm gonna do a motivational one for my intro, and I did it, and I went in. I saw that. Isn't there a fraud investigation? You know, there was. I mean, it's done and over with. And obviously, since they got booted from the exchange, they're a penny stock now, and they don't have to report anything. So with them having at least over, I think it was 2,000 stores. I don't know if they've closed any since the whole fraud and all that stuff, but I do believe they had 2,000 stores. Those are still selling coffees and snacks and everything every day, and they open up every day as far as I know. And so they're still generating revenue. I mean, that's why I don't think the stock will ever go down to like 10 cents or anything like that. Like a lot of people thought it was just going to just completely tank off and just go into no existence. I mean, I think that they have enough still there that once they kind of get through all this fraud stuff and they become relevant again, I think they have a real shot of, being something. I mean, I thought there for a while they were going to give, I truly thought, I thought they were going to give Starbucks a run for their money. I think I swallowed a beer there. I'm in SoCal, so it's all Starbucks here. Never heard of them. Yeah, they're not in North America. They're strictly in China. And that was another reason why. It was kind of during that China fraudulent stuff going on. Damn. Yeah, we have tons of Starbucks here. That was another stock that I was kind of like, I was invested into for a while. And, I thought there for a while they were going to actually make a decent run, like a solid run. And it fluctuated between $10, maybe less than $10. for almost 6 months, it felt like. And I was like, I could put this money into something else that is easily going to make me money versus what Starbucks did. So I sold. Oh, I think I got that beard hair out finally. Whew. Yeah, yeah, it's uncontrollable. Like even drinking the beer wouldn't get it down. Ugh. I mean, if Ark loves them, must be promising. NNDM, huh? I really like Kathy Wood. I think that she takes some flyers, and she has no problem saying how she feels about stocks. Nano Dimension LTD. Oh, that was 19 weeks ago. Holy smokes, talk about. In 16 hours ago. Wall Street analysts have a consensus price target for the stock at $6, which means that the shares values could jump 154.24% from current levels. The projected low price target is $6, while the price target rests at a high of $6. In that case, then we find that the current price level is 154.24% off the targeted high. Very interesting. Nano Dimensions. Might have to take a gander. Yeah, Randy, those are the ones like I do pay attention to what Kathy Wood is investing in because she's another one. Like she obviously keeps pouring on investing into Workhorse. Like she had to sell obviously when I do think she sold some. I could be wrong. I know she sold Tesla on a split because like your ETF, it has to be weighted. And so obviously she had to keep it weighted with Tesla with the split. But like with Workhorse, it seems like she just keeps piling on any chance she gets. Phil's and Coffee Bean. To me, the coffee is better. Coffee Bean, huh? Yeah, we have Starbucks, and then I can't remember what the other one is. I usually, so my buddy that I played college baseball with started his own coffee company. It's actually out in California. It's called the Coffee Grind. So he's from like the California area, I believe, but his coffee is brewed in Klamath. I could be pronouncing this wrong. You guys out there probably know better than I do. Klamath Falls, Oregon. But it's called the Coffee Grind. You guys should swing on over. I get a discount. It's 10% off. So if you guys look in my notes section on my thing, you guys drink coffee. But yeah, I get my own coffee from them and I brew it at home. That's kind of how I go. I don't like drinking coffee that tastes like it's been run through a sock. Keep an eye on IPOC. The guy with the hard to pronounce name is going to do an interview tomorrow. Might just be more info on Open Door, IPOB. But my announcement into IPOC. Oh, they've been talking about that quite a bit on StockTwits, it looks like. 1268 is down today, but those are so tough though because penny stocks like that are very, very long holds. But if it wins, you retire. Chamath or whatever. Where in California? Let me see if I can pull his actual thing up. I think because of where the coffee is actually, brewed and all that stuff, or at least the beans and everything. Fundraising fact contact is. Well, says the coffee company is based out of Southern Oregon, so it says the coffee grind is based out of Southern Oregon, and we have a partnership with a roaster that is based out of California. We hope that you enjoy our coffee as much as we do. So I know we're at in Oregon, but Klamath Falls. How's your journey with penny stocks? All eyes on the line. I kind of given up the penny stock aspect. Truthfully, it's not that I wasn't doing well. It's that when I started to create more YouTube videos and put a lot more time into making YouTube videos, there was less, in my opinion, that it was a lot less time to focus on the YouTube aspect. And when you're doing penny stocks, you really have to focus on knowing the information. Like I was getting up when I was doing penny stocks, I was waking up at 4:00 in the morning every day, seeing what news, what catalysts were driving certain things. And I was kind of, obviously I was doing penny power trading. And so I was kind of doing my own research and things like that from the day before, information that we would get through there. And I just decided that there was just too much, effort into doing that, plus doing YouTube. And truthfully, I started finding more success and it's a lot less, in my opinion, it's a lot less risk. You're even getting into the likes of like the EV market. Like penny stocks are a very, very tough game. And I do not recommend them for like anyone that's just starting out. Like penny stocks are extremely, extremely hard. And it's a very easy way to lose money. Like my honest comparison is penny stocks and the casino are the exact same. Like you are taking a huge risk. Just my thoughts. If you perfect penny stocks, then you've done it. Like, and I've seen it. I truly have. Like Penny from Penny Power Trading, that guy has been successful for like 90 days straight, and he constantly is taking in profits, and he knows exactly what to do, and that's awesome for him. Me on the other hand, it's not that I wasn't getting green days. It's just I found a lot more success in other ways in the stock market, and a lot more that's kept me sane. Do you have an investing OnlyFans? No, I don't. My OnlyFans is going to be my YouTube channel. Seems like everyone's going the OnlyFans route. No, I haven't. I don't feel like I'm big enough yet. Like I thought about doing like what are those groups that you can pay to join and like get some of that stuff. Like I just don't feel I'm like to that level yet. Plus, I don't really want to I want to provide you guys with the information. No, that'd be a good stock. OnlyFans. Hey, you're Playboy. 27 Green Bay, 15 Falcons. Does not look good for the old Falcons. Dan Quinn might be packing up his office after this game. Well, once he gets back. Do news, but with the shirt off. How do you feel about mine, Ned, and using mushrooms for medicine? I don't really have anything on that, my brother. No idea about mushrooms for medicine. Do news, but with your shirt off, huh? Yeah, that'd be for fans only. Rough night for football. Yeah. Yeah, I was just sitting there watching the Chiefs game. I was like, hopefully I can do a live stream. I was gonna start drinking beers. I just wish our linebackers would. Oh my god! I just wish our linebackers would step up and just play a solid game through the whole thing for once. Like, drive me up the wall. Is that a real thing? I have no idea. Obviously, we saw how pot stocks have done for people. What's my take on crypto? I did a video on. You would ask me that. Let me go back. So, well, I'll tell you real quick. So, my thoughts on crypto right now are: I think it's a very, if you can get into it, I think it's awesome. I think that you can make, good money from it. It's another one that you really have to study and understand if that's even possible in some aspects. I think it would have been really cool to be a part of crypto when it was making that huge monster run. Like, obviously, yeah, you're making money, but it's really cool. I think it's cool to be a part of like the new thing. Like, that was new. That was the hot topic, the hot item. Let's see. I don't know why it slipped my mind what it was called. I did a video on Riot blockchain. I still think Riot blockchain is going to be something good. Playboy would have been good 30 years ago. The hub would be the play in our time. No one buys the mags anymore. So I think that Shagmag, I don't know if you've heard of Shagmag, the chick that flashed at the World Series, or I don't think it was at the World Series, but she was flashing the pitcher from the Mets. So Shagmag's where it's at. I bought it at $115, but only had money and been thinking of taking it out and investing on something else. Yeah, I think this is just me, but I think crypto is extremely hard to. I mean, you have to know someone that mines, you have to know how to get in, and certain cryptos are very, 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 very expensive. There's I'm not very familiar with Forex, but I know there's tons of people out there that are very good at doing Forex trading. It seems like there's something for everyone when it comes to the stock market. I mean, there really is. This just happens to be what I feel I'm comfortable doing, and that's just stocks and talking, in general stocks. I once I really start going and getting out there, I do think I'll probably, once I hit the 1,000 and monetized and able to just kind of breathe a little bit, I do feel like I'm going to start opening up a lot more when it comes to other videos. Like, it won't just be so saturated with the EV market. I cannot confirm or deny. What's some stocks you're looking into, if you don't mind me asking? Yeah, I can. So some of the ones that I'm looking at right now are Desktop Metal. I feel that, and they're a SPAC right now. And by no means am I telling you should invest into these. These are just what I'm kind of looking at. But Desktop Metal for sure is one that I don't know why, but its ticker symbol's TRNE right now. It's a SPAC, and it's Trine Acquisition Corporation. Switchback Energy is one that I'm definitely looking at right now, and that I did a video on that today. It's ChargePoint, and its ticker symbol's SBE right now. I think that I think ChargePoint is going to be something special. And the reason I say that is because they have been able to get 115,000 out, and they haven't merged yet. And they have yet to use that money from the merger to put it into anything as of right now. So let's say they put it into more charging stations, or they find a partnership with some. I mean, it's going to be crazy to see what these companies are able to do, because EVs are just taking over. But now you got to fuel those EVs. I mean, just like gas, you got to put gas in your cars. Somehow you got to get electricity if you're not at home. And these charging stations are going to be taking over. And so I have no idea why this just popped in my mind, obviously because we're talking electrical vehicle. But what would fascinate me, and I thought about this and I commented on a guy's comment today, is if we start getting like electrical tractors. Like, what if John Deere produces an all-electrical tractor that allows you to mow your yard? Or, you know, if you're into farming equipment and you have to, like, go out and, you know, do whatever with farming, and you got a fully electric tractor, like, who's going to be making that? John Deere? Is it going to be, like, Lordstown down the road? Like, who knows? But, you know, there's so many there's so many possibilities. There truly is. There is so many possibilities when you're talking electric and just like emission free, like motorcycles. Like, there's a company that I follow, that's out there, that's like a scooter type. And let me see if I can find it for you guys. It's a scooter type, but like, I know eventually one day they might get into motorcycles. I mean, look at RC Moto and Euro. I mean, they're in the 3-wheel, but I mean, that's almost like a motorcycle, and those are electric. Where's it at? I'm kind of intrigued to see what Plug Power does now, and who their supplier is going to, like, who are they going to supply for? Yeah, I don't know where it's at. I start adding all these to my watch list, and then I can't ever find them. What's some stocks you're looking into? Yeah, I answered that one. Hyliion John Deere tractors coming soon. Let's go. I mean, they rock almost the same green. Yeah, I don't know. There's so many things. Like, I mean, is Harley going to come out with a fully electric motorcycle? Like, is Kawasaki? I mean, who else? Indian going to put out a fully electric motorcycle? It'd be just very interesting to see, like, especially if we're going that route. Like, I mean, we have to keep that in the back of our mind. Like, and that's what I keep trying to, you know, tell people in videos. Like, by 2045, you have the governor of California saying he wants to no longer sell new gas vehicles. And if that's the case, you know, you're going to still be able to drive your gas vehicle, but you're not going to be able to buy a brand new one. And so at some point, when your gas vehicle breaks down or it no longer functions, your next option is electric. And there's like 7 other states that are following the exact same thing. And then there's other countries that are on it. I have an article that I put on multiple videos that states exactly that. That's why I think, I mean, no matter what, that's what keeps me locked in the Workhorse for the long term. Like, for the long term. They just have everything in place. Everything that they need to in place. So I still, to this day, there's no doubt in my mind they've gotten at least a portion of the United States Postal Service contract. Like, they've just done so much to get that. And it just logically makes sense. Like, if the United States Postal Service does not choose Workhorse in any manner, then something's freaking wrong. Like, that's just my thoughts. But I just personally feel that they have everything in place. So, but like, for example, like Ford, I could see potentially getting a portion of the deal, Ford and Oshkosh. I don't think the Turkish company gets it, just because, like, then you're starting to factor in, like, are they going to be manufacturing their vehicles over in the Turkish area? Like, are they going to have to ship those vehicles here? But year one of my 10-year retirement plan, I'm good. Slow and steady, baby. Right there with you, Randy. Yeah, I'm happy with I want to do a video, like, I kind of wanted to do a video again on, like, I did a video that I talked about, where I started and, like, where I was at. Like, so as of right now, my 3-month return is 26.89%. My 6-month return is 145.62%. My year to date is 119.45%. And my 1 year is 164.83%. So, and those are, I mean, like, we've talked all the time about the stocks that I'm in. Like, you guys are completely aware of what I'm in. Like, I'm in Apple, FedEx, Diamond Peak Holdings, like McDonald's, Microsoft, Procter and Gamble, Tesla, Hyliion, Verizon, Visa, Walgreens, Walmart, Disney, Workhorse. Let's see what else. JP Morgan, Home Depot, ConocoPhillips, Ag Eagle. Like, I talk about the stocks that I'm in. When is the contract announcement coming? Year end? Tim, my prediction is October 14th or the week of October 14th. Obviously, I have no idea. I wish I could shake my magic 8-ball and tell you, but I don't have an exact date. I've seen a lot of people say year end. The reason I'm choosing the week of October 14th is because that's 90 days from when they closed the window for who they were going to basically decide upon to give the contract. So that was the day they closed, when they said, hey, there's only 3 people left in the running. But I did read in the very, very opening of my of this live stream, a guy. See, like right here, drives me nuts. So we got a YouTuber, I'm not going to tell you who, puts out a video. It's, in my opinion, it's clickbait. Workhorse battery provider confirms USPS contract. Like, and I guarantee if you watch it, he can't prove it, but whatever. Like, tons of people are posting it in here. Somebody posted, look at this. Oh, I almost dropped my phone. Mail truck getting towed away. That's great. Surprised it's not on fire. Yeah, they took it out. It looks like they deleted it, probably because it wasn't real. Yeah, they had some special meeting at Workhorse's plant, and they were setting up tents outside because of the coronavirus. They couldn't be enclosed in like a conference room, so they were setting up tents outside. So, did you see about the battery maker that might be leaked? Yeah, I just talked. Yeah, sorry, I didn't see that. Yeah, I'm gonna watch some videos on it just to see, but at this point, we are grabbing, we are reaching, and we were just, if we could just relax. Like, this is literally like the ultimate kid on Christmas, like the kid that has been waiting. So, like, if it's December 1st and you're just, every single day, your anticipation, you're like building and building, like you just can't, and you're waiting for Christmas. Like, that's where we're at. It's like, it's going to happen. I mean, at this point, I wonder if they see the amount of people reaching out, like, because you can't tell me there's tons of people that are like, hey, are you guys going to announce the contract? Hey, are you going to announce the contract? Did Workhorse win the contract? Did you? And they're probably like, hey, you know what? We're just going to hold off. Let's keep holding off, and we'll just build the anticipation. I'd like a video on how you time your exit strategy, or when to trim down a position to invest in another opportunity. Huh. Yeah, I could probably do that. I could tell you now too. So basically, like my exit strategy is it's kind of percentage based. So I really kind of determine depending on, I create price targets based on kind of like a little bit of analytics. So I kind of look out and see what analysts are saying and we'll determine a price point on that. And then I don't immediately jump out of stocks, even though um, so here's my example. So let's say that my price target right now is $70 for a Workhorse. And let's say tomorrow Workhorse hits $70 and it stays like in 70, it goes to 70, 75, back down to, we'll say like 73, 74, and it kind of just floats in that area. Then I may take a portion of my, of the earnings then, because I see that it's kind of stalled out. I can see that it's stalled out. So I would probably take, I would wait and see that it's going to hold that position for a while. If I can see that the trend is going and it's continuously rising, like say Workhorse hits $70 tomorrow, but then we'll just say, today's Monday. So Tuesday it hits 75. And then we'll say on Wednesday was at 77.50, and then it maybe climbed a little bit higher. And then by the end of the week, we'll say it's at $78. If I see that trend, then I'm going to probably hold for a while and just really see where its points are at as far as like leveling off. There's no real magic thing with me. Like that's kind of like where I'm going to do it. My biggest thing too, like with Workhorse, because it's the best example I can give right now, because it's my biggest position. Well, it was. I think Ag Eagle is now. Ag Eagle is now as far as shares, but not as cost. But like once I get my return back, so like my original investment, and I can still have a certain amount of shares that I want. So like in Workhorse's case, right now, if I were to sell, I have 1,050 shares in Workhorse. If I were to sell my original investment, I would drop down to like 500 shares. My goal is to maintain at least 800 to 1,000 shares of Workhorse. And so and get my original investment back. And then I'm playing with house money. Like whatever happens at that point, after that point, I get my original investment back. I got my money back. Like whatever happens after that, then cool. Like if it drops off, it drops off. Like I'm okay with a little bit, but like if it runs again, then that's not my original investment has returned to me and I'm putting it into something else. So I could probably talk a while for this. I honestly could. And a lot of people would probably get mad at me because there's not really a direct answer. There's not like, hey, he's not, giving us whether it's a pure analytical thing or like he's not giving us a chart reading or like stuff like that. Hopefully. So shake the magic dip can and tell me a date. We all know how to tap that can. Yeah. It's been a while. I don't know. Do you do it on the side like this or do you do it on the top? Yeah, that's how I look at it. I don't like I said, I'm not like the perfect stock person. Like I don't know everything. So like, I watch Fox Business sometimes. I flip back and forth between CNBC and Fox Business. I like CNBC's sometimes presentation. But obviously both of them get a little political, and CNBC I think presents a little bit too much, businessy stuff, if that makes sense. I mean, I know that's what they're there for, but I like some of the stuff I'm not too interested in. I just want to know like the stock stuff. And so, like, I'm not going to be able to tell you like if this point meets this point and like, that this is where it's going to start to do a wedge and all this stuff. This is where your sell point should be at. Like, I'm not all about that. Like, I just pay attention to myself. Yeah, 1,000. Yeah, I honestly, and I'm not going to make the same mistake that I made with Workhorse, and I don't even consider it a mistake. It's just I should have poured more in. Like, I know for a fact I could have easily got probably 2,000, 3,000 shares. I could have easily gotten that many shares, and I just at the time I was investing into other things and I needed to invest into other things. And, so I didn't pour everything I had into it. Plus, I want to be a little bit more diversified. Now that I'm kind of a little bit more able to do that and I am a little bit more diversified, I'm plugging away at AgEagle. Like, I have 2,000 shares of AgEagle. My goal is to get to 3,000, but, I may get even more. If it stays where it's at and they're able to do what they're doing, in my opinion, that's just, I like AgEagle for sure. And you guys can do your research on AgEagle. Like, I put videos out on AgEagle, and a lot, some people are seeking that stuff out. Not a lot of people are, but it's going to be the exact same thing. I'm telling you. Like, here I am. I'm going to have videos out on it, and then when AgEagle pops, people are going to be looking for videos on AgEagle, and then they're going to type it in, that Lucas Murphy's going to pop up. And all you guys that are in here are going to be like, dang, he was right. The top is to do in front of people. Are you can't tap more than 3, right? More than 3, you're playing with it. I was like, it's taking a different from the side. Favorite YouTube, and you can't say yourself, or JT Wells, because I mean, duh. Okay. So you guys, Randy, you know exactly why JT Wells, no question, went from like 0 subscribers to what is she at now? Because I follow her too. I do think she has some good information. Do not get me wrong. But you can't tell me she went from 0 subscribers to 10,000 subscribers. She started on June 9th, 2020. And she went all the way. She's already at 10,000 subscribers. Like, you can't tell me that there is no other reason. Like, she is a complete genius. I would hate to be her comment section. Like, I would hate to be her comment section, or even have to respond to her comments, because for a fact every time she gets a comment, it's like, well, we know why we're here. Laugh Out Loud 10. I have a lot of dip friends. Spring break. Visit life. The good old days. What are your plans for YouTube channel or expanding? Honestly, I kind of talked a little bit about it. I do want to get monetized, and I want to get, obviously rolling with monetization. I do want to, upgrade some equipment to make it a little bit better. Like, I know I have a really good mic. I went out and got a Blue Yeti because I knew sound quality was going to be one of the best things to have. I have a Mac, I have an iPad. Like, I feel like I have some decent stuff, but I want to get an actual camera to record in better quality, because I know I'm putting out, and it sucks because right now I can only put out 15-minute videos. But when I do put out a 15-minute video, or even like if it's over 9 minutes, then it starts to like drop the quality down. So I want to be able to put out better quality videos, so like it's just better detail, basically. And eventually, I think I might get a better editing software once I get down the road. I really enjoy iMovie. I think iMovie is fantastic. It came with my Mac, and it's obviously done everything for me now. But I think there's some other things that every time someone texts me, it cuts off my headphones. So hang on. All right, there we go. Hopefully nobody texts me again. So yeah, that's kind of my plan. Is I just want to get some more better equipment, and then as I continue to expand and grow and stuff like that, then yeah, I'm definitely going to, I'm definitely gonna keep doing it. Pouring it on, doing the best I possibly can. Like, I feel like I have a good schedule. Like, I'm able to do a video for the most part, provide you guys a video every single day of the week. And then I'm going to start, like I said in the middle of this live stream, I'm going to start doing, live streams on Friday nights for sure. And then the second night is going to be kind of up in the air. Sunday night or Wednesday night. I haven't really decided, but definitely going to be Friday nights for sure. Kind of wrap up the week. We can talk about what happened during the week. Pop some tops, put some, whatever. We can do our thing, but we can talk about whatever happened during the week. I'm definitely doing Fridays. So, Randy, bro, I watch her and zone out halfway. I mean, I do think she does have some good information. Like, don't get me wrong. Like today, I watched her video. I think it was today. It might have been yesterday, but yeah, it was yesterday. 2 days ago, she put out her first YouTube paycheck, and the reason I watched that was because I want to know, like, in comparison where I'm at with someone like her who started in June, and so I do use TubeBuddy, and it really does provide you great analytics. It really does. It provides you great analytics, but I want to know, like, if I was monetized, where I would be compared to like the likes of like JT Wealth, for example. She drinks wine, I drink beer, so she can persuade you better than I can. I just wear a shirt from a buddy that says not a financial advisor. Yeah, she's definitely awesome. There's tons and tons of YouTubers out there that I really wish I could just interview. Like, just carry on a conversation with, like, no question. Like, definitely Jack. Jack would be one of them. I would like to do a kind of like an interview talk with Invest with Henry. I don't know if you guys know who that is. Invest with Henry is an awesome dude. Like, very, very knowledgeable, very cool at how he does his presentation. And then obviously, like, I think I would do one with Own the Chaos. And I like him. I think he's really cool too. I mean, he's very down to earth, and he's kind of one of the reasons why I kind of have the style I do. I think because I did watch a lot of him. And then there's obviously some other YouTubers like I watched Trading with CJ. He's kind of he's from London, I believe, and he talks about a lot of the basics, kind of like walking you through, like, if you were a beginner into stocks. And I kind of like just watching him because I like to see different perspectives. So, but yeah, I do follow quite a bit. There's some out there that I follow just because I just want to see different opinions, and I like to see like how people present too, and like how I'm different. That's why you got to take the shirt off, brother. Competition. I know. YouTube would probably ban me. Probably wouldn't be doing this for too long. It would be cool. Maybe I'd hit 1,000 subscribers. I'd start going in the opposite direction. I'd go from, like, I'm at 619. I'd wake up in the morning, I'd be down to like 200. Honestly, all her videos are informative. Sucks being an attractive woman on social media these days. Yeah, like, that's where I think she is very, very, like, smart in what she does. Like, I do think that because if you really think about it, she got into a great platform. Like, she got into a great platform in YouTube. She got into a great topic, area in stocks and investing. And I just, honestly, I think she really did do it the right way. Like, there's no question. And there's a reason why she obviously shot up to 10,000 subscribers, basically. Like, yeah, I think she does provide great information. And if you go back and watch her early videos to where she is now, like, her confidence level has shot through the roof, like, no question. Like, when she first started, just like me, like, when I first started doing videos, like, I was literally like this. And I'd be like, and I just would not move. Like, I wasn't interacting. Like, I didn't have any, like, I was nervous. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm sure she was too. That's Jack shirt, right? Yeah, this is Jack shirt. Not a financial advisor. Yep, I got it ordered and shipped to my house. Yeah, I like Jack. I think Jack's a pretty cool dude. Chest out for you won't work as well. Yeah. Yeah, my B-top will not work. Yeah, I like Jack. I think Jack's a great guy. Obviously, a really good YouTuber. Very good at what he does. There's no question. I mean, the guy is pulling some absolute amazing interviews, and people are seeking that out. I mean, they are. They're seeking out. He couldn't have got Workhorse's CFO, Steve Schrader, at a better time. Like, I think he got it, and he did 2 interviews. And the information he was able to get from him is just phenomenal. Like, it's amazing. They're beats. The only reason I have a cord is because I plug it into my Blue Yeti, so it goes in there. So then I can hear how loud I'm talking because my 1-year-old's sleeping upstairs. So I try not to be super loud. Plus, then like when I'm talking to my videos, I set the beats right over to like the side so I can hear how loud it actually is, and then I can adjust the volume when I'm editing. Green Power today, yeah. I mean, he's getting it with them interviews. I think that's what's awesome about his channel. This is really starting to hurt. I need to get this out. There we go. Yeah, I think those interviews are clutch. Like he did Workhorse with Steve Schrader. He did Lordstown CEO, obviously. He did Greens Powers. He's done a couple like real big time YouTubers. Like he did SpacMan yesterday, 2 days ago. So yeah, Jack's getting the interviews, man, and it's only going to continue to grow his channel. You know, eventually that's what I definitely would like to do, that type of stuff. Like I definitely want to interview people and just carry on like normal conversations. Like obviously talk stocks because that's what people are there for, but you know, just like get to know some people. Okay, bro, I'm going to pull the trigger and pick up some Ag Eagle tomorrow, really low entry price. Hey, I can't tell you to get in or not, but I would tell you to definitely keep your eye on it for sure. Oh, God. Beard hair again. No. As I get talking to a lot. Like, I don't know if you guys noticed the other day I did my FedEx video, I think it was, or UPS video after a live stream. And it sounded like I was all like scratchy and stuff, and it's because I was talking so much. Yeah, I do. I'm telling you though, like in all seriousness, Tim, do some research on Ag Eagle, and you will be thoroughly impressed. Like there's a couple guys out there that have done so much research on Ag Eagle, and they put this like 50-page presentation together, and it goes over like all kinds of details on let me see if I can find it. It was on one of my Ag Eagle posts on Instagram. Let's see, not that one. But yeah, he posted on there and he's like, hey, you know, here's all the due diligence that we've done. I get all these like bots that are like sub for sub. But yeah, it's on one of my Ag Eagle videos, and it's a Google Doc that they posted, and you can literally go and it's everything you need to know about Ag Eagle, and it's phenomenal. Like these guys have done a ton. There's like 3 or 4 of them, and they did a ton of research. Like no joke, a ton of research. Like cutting news articles, like screenshotting Twitter like stuff, and just tying ties together, connecting dots. And it's amazing what they were able to do. And what's cool is now, like I learned through them that a lot of the stuff that we have like put on, you know, expectations of as far as like where we're able to fly, you know, how like levels that we're able to fly, like FAA, I believe is what it is, you know, puts certain restrictions on things. Over in London, they don't have any of that. And so, like, London, it's kind of like a free-for-all in a way when it comes to flying drones and doing tests. And so it sounds like to me, like, Amazon and, like, maybe even Ag Eagle are doing a ton of tests together over in London, or at least I know Amazon is doing a ton of their drone, Amazon Prime Air Prime testing over in London, because it's just kind of like, do what you got to do. Well, I will for sure do the due diligence. I will keep you updated on Friday. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Speaking of that, if you guys have not followed me on Instagram, swing on over there. I don't know if it's called Instagram handle, but that's what I'm going to call it, is going to be Murphy4848. Swing on over there. Give me a follow. You guys will get a ton of information, and you guys will see I've been eating a lot of Chinese lately and getting a lot of pretty cool fortune cookies. Like the one I pulled today, luck happens when hard work meets opportunity. Somebody knows what's going on. That's all I got to say. Randy, how do you feel about Cramer? My opinion, I think he's just an old school investor who hates the new young millennials with money, and as they call Robinhood investors. Agree 1,000%. I do think that Cramer, his show, like in the afternoon, there's two Kramers. You get the morning Kramer, who is completely arrogant and is unscripted, and he can say whatever the F he wants. And you can tell the people around him too are kind of like, God, why is this guy talking? When he gets on his show, he's reading from a teleprompter, he's doing interviews, and he's kind of got, his calls coming in, and he's kind of like honed in. Then that's the Kramer I like. I like his show, and I even listen to it if I'm like at work and I have a chance to listen to a podcast, or like if I'm at home, sometimes I'll listen to his podcast just to hear like some of the stocks he talks about. But like in the morning, the guy drives me nuts because he's like unscripted. Like he's not reading from a prompter. You can tell it's just free for all. And like, that's when he just goes all out on like young millennials and like, they don't know what they're doing. They're Robinhood investors, blah, 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 blah. Like, there's nothing wrong with investing into companies you believe in. Like there's not. Here, I'll put it in the, that's my Instagram. If you guys look at the thumbnail for this live stream, it's on there as well. Hey, there he is. What? San Francisco Giants? Get that crap out of here, Tim. There you go, buddy. Appreciate the follow. Appreciate the follow. What time is it? 11 o'clock. Good lands. I went a long time. We'll probably go 15 more minutes, and then we will wrap this bad boy up. We will wrap this bad boy up. I got to take the little guy to daycare tomorrow, and then I got to get on the videos. Laugh my booty off. Yanks. You see I'm bad at this pointing thing. That's actually a piece of the baseball. This is a picture frame that has a piece of the baseball from Jeter's last World Series. Followed with all the notifications. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm trying to get Instagram is very easy to post. Like, the only thing I don't like, actually, I'll stay positive for right now. So it's easy to post like pictures. It's easy to notify. You can even do a countdown like on your story. And so like I can tell you guys, anytime you click on my story, a lot of the time it's going to be when the videos are coming out, like when they're going live. And so you guys will be aware when the videos are going to go live. And it's usually every morning, 9:15 a.m. Central Standard Time, but you'll know like what the topic's going to be about. So I post those on there, and then a lot of the time too, like I'll post throughout the day some things like what stocks are doing. Like a lot of the time I'll post like the chart of Workhorse with a rocket going to the moon, just because I'm excited. But I'll post some things throughout the day on there that like is very awesome, and is definitely involved with stocks. So. Well, there goes my little guy. He's trying to get under the blanket. How many rhymes do you trade penny stocks? How many times do you trade penny stocks in a week? Not so much anymore, all eyes online. I would say probably 0 now, honestly, almost. Just because, like, I've found, I would say, a niche even myself in the EV market. And so, like, I just invest as much as I can more long term now. Not so much the penny game anymore. Just because, like I said earlier, it's the penny stock game. You have to focus so much on the penny stocks. Like, penny stocks are not holds. You're holding them for your run and you're getting out. And so you have to put a ton of time. You're constantly are studying. Like, I have a job. I do YouTube. Like, there's just way too much that is involved with penny stocks in my thoughts. Do you invest weekly or just dips? It depends. It really does. It depends on certain situations. So, like, I'll try to build. I have a sweep account, and so anytime I get paid from, like, my job, I have a portion of that goes from there into my, like, 401k and allows me to invest. And typically, I try to build up to 1,000 every time, and then that's when I obviously I'll try to make some plays once I hit that 1,000. But then there's other times too where I know that there's good price points on things, and so then whatever I have, I'll probably push into that. How you feel about Blink, the charging stations all over the U.S.? I like Blink. I was invested in the Blink. I took some pretty good profits from that. I didn't actually want to sell, but the reason I did was because I wanted to get some more Ag Eagle. But I do have every intention of getting into multiple charging station companies. I do think that, obviously, like, with the EVs coming out, there's going to have to be something that fuels them, and just the creativity they're going to be able to do with charging stations is going to be crazy. Like, yes, you're going to have the charging station, but when they're not charging, are they going to run ads? Is it going to be kind of ad driven? Like, are they going to be able to expand? Like, if you pull up to a gas pump now, at least where I live, while you're pumping gas, there's basically a TV that's running ads, like news, and it has weather and all kinds of stuff. And so, are those charging stations going to be able to promote ads? Like, are people going to be able to slap logos onto those, charging station areas that are promoting, certain things like zero emission? Like, maybe Workhorse puts a logo on there, or an upcoming EV company that, like, for example, I'm using this as an example because it's the one that popped in my mind for some reason. But let's say Fisker. Fisker's, like, puts a logo on one of the charging stations and uses it as an ad selling point. I think there's a lot of opportunity with charging stations. I do. Blink is definitely, I think, one of them that's going to be solid. I think that the difference right now, in my opinion, between Blink and ChargePoint is that Blink has obviously I don't know because I haven't experienced it yet, but just from kind of hearing, I think Blink has a better platform when it comes to the app, and they have, like, a better software. But I think that ChargePoint is more out across the United States, and it's worldwide. What do you mean EB? What's EB? Gonna get the kids to bed. Awesome stream, bro. See you Friday. Go Giants. Heck yeah, Tim. Appreciate you swinging by, my friend. Except the Go Giants part. Go Royals. But I appreciate you swinging by, as always. Yeah, you got more championships than I do. All eyes on the line. What do you mean EB? Oh, EV. I didn't know what he meant. EV. Yeah, EV, electrical vehicle. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think I think the electrical vehicle, like, I think, I can't remember who said it. Maybe it might have been Randy, but somebody said earlier, this is the .com time for, what the stock market's in. Like, the EV sector is taking over. Like, at some point we have to take it for real. Even like we were talking Cramer just a minute ago, eventually at some point, Cramer has to come to realization and be like, these stocks are for real. Like, at some point they will settle in. Like, Tesla is for real. Like, yes, it's very volatile. Yes, it has some swings, but it is a for real stock. Like, you cannot sit there and tell me it's not, especially when they've consistently made profits now and they are hoping to get on the S&P 500. Like, you can't tell me that you can't take them for real. You mentioned it on your penny stock question. My question. What are some investing / money tips that you would give your 25-year-old? Like, are you saying my 25-year-old self? Basically, I would tell myself that. So I would have started investing a lot earlier. I would have definitely started just doing this at 25. What are some of that? Oh, you're saying to a 25-year-old. So to a 25-year-old, I would say, like, start doing your due diligence. Like, start doing research. And I did this at 30, and I should have did it at 25. Start doing research. Start studying, like, stocks in general and understanding just the difference. Start really paying attention to, like, dividend stocks and, like, when's a good time to do dividends. Understand, like, how your portfolio should be set up. Like, do you want to be so balls to the wall on, like, growth stocks and just extremely volatile stocks? Or do you want to do eventually dabble in penny stocks? Like, All Eyes on the Line sounds like he's very interested in penny stocks. Like, really understand your direction, your guidance, how you want to, really treat your portfolio, and then just study the hell out of it, basically. That's exactly what I did. I developed a plan. I executed the plan, and now I'm kind of getting off of that because I've, strayed a path a little bit just because I like the way I'm going. But eventually, once I make my returns in certain things, I'm going to go back to what I was at, and that's the Dow 30. Like, I've invested in the Dow 30, and I had to sell off quite a bit of the Dow 30 in order to get into a lot of these EV stocks that I'm very, very interested in. But once I make my profits and I get my original investments back, you will see me start to get back into Dow 30 because I want to be a part of dividends as well as taking the risk. That's just that's my style. But, the biggest thing as a 25-year-old is do your homework and then create a plan and execute the plan. Don't stray away. Don't be anxious. Don't be hesitant, or, don't sell right away anytime you get bad news. Don't be nervous. Like, Apple stocks for, like, the perfect example right now is Apple. Like, people are freaking out because Apple is not taking off like it should. Apple is a long-term play. Apple will be a lifetime stock for me, and it will have great returns in my lifetime. It already has. Apple was a big reason why I made, so much to where I'm at now is because of Apple, because I invested, back 4 years ago or whenever I first started investing. Apple was my first stock. I am loaded on Apple, and I refuse to sell. Yep, taking credit for that one. Very exciting times for our future right now. Happy for all of us. I guess I should check on my employees now. Laugh out loud. Awesome chat. Good luck on your journey to 1,000. Hope for a green morning. I appreciate it, Randy. I hope to see you, in the future, my friend. Like, just keep swinging by. We'll keep this chat rolling. Hopefully see you Friday. See you in the comment section. I appreciate everything, Randy. All Eyes on the Line. How long you been trading penny stocks for? And what was your journey like, and are you still involved? So trading penny stocks for I did it for a couple months. I mean, when I very first started trading, I got into penny stocks, but I started to stray away from it because I realized I wanted to be more involved with the company. I wanted to have more of an investment into a company. I didn't want to just purchase it and get out and not know anything of what I was truly investing in, other than a ticker symbol. A lot of the time, that's what it feels like. You obviously do your research and you look for positive catalysts, but you really don't know everything about that company. So I like the idea of investing into companies, them trying to compete against other companies to be the best, basically. And you have quarterly earnings, you have something to build off of, where penny stocks, that's not always the case. So I wouldn't say my journey was negative, but it wasn't as consistent, and it's very stressful. Like, penny stocks are very stressful because you could get in and you could get profits, but it's I didn't have 25,000. I couldn't be a day trader. I still can't be a day trader because even if I had the 25,000, I couldn't put the time in to be a day trader. It's a completely different game, and that's my thoughts on penny stocks. Like, I don't have a negative outlook on it. I would trade penny stocks in the future. Like, it's just that's not where I'm at right now. So well, guys, I am going to wrap up this live stream. We went for an amazing 2 hours and 26 minutes. I cannot thank you guys enough for every single person who has swung by, commented in the comment section. Smash that like button, because it helps out tremendously. If you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, smash that subscribe button onto the journey of 1,000. That is the goal for right now, and get to the monetization, so then we can really start pouring out some videos longer and giving you a little bit more details. Also, if you have not got to the Instagram, head over to the Instagram. It is at Murphy4848. Give me a follow there. You will get all the information from my YouTubes, all the updates, what videos are going to be coming out, what times, and some other cool things as well. You get to kind of see my personal side like you guys do here. So head over to at Murphy4848 at Instagram. And as always, guys, have a good day. Hopefully you guys have a phenomenal day tomorrow. Hopefully we do have our green day. Hopefully everything goes well. If not, you got to see the bright side, and we'll get to the next one, guys. So as always, have a good day.